Most people know Mother Teresa as a symbol of kindness and compassion, a woman who dedicated her life to helping the poor and the sick. For decades, she was seen as one of the most admired humanitarian figures in the world. But the real story behind her life is more complex than many people realize. Some parts of her story are inspiring, some are unexpected, and some still spark discussion today. Behind the famous image is a life filled with sacrifice, difficult choices, and deep personal faith. Here are 7 facts that reveal another side of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was not originally from India. She was born in 1910 in Skopje, a city that is now the capital of North Macedonia. Her birth name was Angeze Gongshe Boyakshiu. She grew up in a deeply religious Catholic family. Her mother often invited poor people into their home and shared food with those who had nothing. These early experiences strongly shaped the way she saw the world. When she was only 18 years old, she made a life-changing decision. She left her home and joined a Catholic religious order. From that moment, her life took a completely different path. Her mission in India began with what she later described as a call within a call. In 1946, while traveling by train to the city of Darjeeling, she experienced what she believed was a powerful spiritual moment. She felt she was being called to leave the convent school where she worked as a teacher. Instead, she believed she needed to serve the poorest people living in the streets of Kolkata. This decision was not easy. It meant leaving the safety of the convent and starting a new mission with almost no resources. But soon after, she founded the Missionaries of Charity. Over time, the organization spread across the world. Mother Teresa soon became one of the most recognized humanitarian figures on the planet. Her work began attracting international attention during the 1960s and 1970s. Journalists and filmmakers started documenting her work in Kolkata. Her story reached audiences around the globe. In 1979, she received the Nobel Peace Prize. But instead of celebrating with a traditional banquet, she made a surprising request. She asked that the money normally spent on the celebration be donated to help feed the poor in India. For her, recognition was never the goal. After her death in 1997, many of her private letters were made public. These writings revealed something many people did not expect. In them, she described long periods of spiritual doubt. Sometimes she wrote that she felt a deep sense of silence in her relationship with God. For many believers, this was surprising, but others saw it as a powerful example of faith continuing even during uncertainty. Despite those inner struggles, she continued her mission without stopping. Her work also became the subject of debate among researchers and critics. Some questioned the medical conditions in certain homes run by her organization. They believed that medical care could have been improved. Supporters, however, argued that the purpose of those homes was different from that of hospitals. Many of the people brought there had been abandoned by society. Some were already near the end of their lives. The goal was to give them care, compassion, and a sense of dignity. Even when she became internationally famous, Mother Teresa continued to live a very simple life. She met presidents, world leaders, and even members of royal families. But her own lifestyle remained modest. She lived in a small room. She owned very few personal belongings. And she continued wearing the same simple white sari with blue stripes. Over time, that sari became one of the most recognizable symbols of humanitarian work in the world. And this brings us back to the beginning. The story of Mother Teresa is not just a simple story about a saintly figure helping the poor. It is a story filled with faith, sacrifice, admiration, and moments of deep personal struggle. Few historical figures inspire such strong respect and such serious discussion at the same time. Perhaps that complexity is exactly what makes her story so fascinating. It reminds us that history is rarely simple. History often becomes simplified over time. But when we look deeper, we discover stories that are far more human and complex. This is Informboom. Stay curious, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories.